be developing film today. Developing film, man. With Caffenol. With Caffenol? That's crazy. With coffee? Is that for real? Yeah, dude, you can do it, man. You can do it. You can develop film with coffee, dude. And vitamin C powder and soda wash. But you could do it, man. You could totally do this. It's a very doable thing, you know.
Yo te traigo esta bomba.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Theo Manny's World. I'm your host, Manny. So today, we're going to be talking about developing film with Caffenol. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before. If you have, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it's 2025, and what are you doing? Why haven't you developed film with coffee? Come on, guys. Nah, I'm just kidding. But for real, it makes really good pictures. I've been working with it for 10 years, and I haven't looked back, you know. I mean, well, yeah, I have looked back because I have films and stuff that I developed, but you know, all that aside, it's excellent developer for new and old films. I think it's one of the best developers for old film because of how gentle the developer really is on film. And that's just my personal opinion, but you know, I've developed a lot of really old film with it, and I've been able to get some really nice pictures out. So, I don't know. Proof is in the pudding, right? So, today, Caffenol development, it was something that was made, or at least brought onto the scene by a professor in New York at the Rochester Institute of Technology. He was using this development method to teach a chemistry class, you know, how, chemical reactions work and everything. So I think it's a really neat way to, you know, be able to come up with a way to teach chemistry. But personally, I have a theory that this process was developed during World War II for the spy masters, and those techniques were passed on to probably resistance fighters to be able to make passport photos, all kinds of different surveillance, perhaps. I don't know. This is just a theory of mine, but I do like that type of spy tech type of thing, and it kind of seems to fit into that a little bit. Anyways, just a theory. So it hasn't been around for too long. It has been adopted by a lot of people, and what's really cool about it is that it's really a basis where you can substitute the coffee with almost anything else. Rice water. I've used oregano, mesquite bark, and these are like seeping all of these things and taking out an extract to use for the formulation. Really fun stuff if you are into experimenting with photochemical developers that are eco-friendly. Perfect for that. Why don't we hit the kitchen so you can see what's up with this, and while I make my way there, I'll show you a quick montage of what goes into the process really quick. So we're ready to get some developing done. The ingredients that we're going to be using in our developer, and this is your basic Caffenol C formula. You're going to be using some soda wash, instant coffee, and vitamin C powder. You want to get the most inexpensive instant coffee that you can. Also going to be using a benzotriazole. I use this because it's an anti-fogging agent, it's a restrainer, and it's an emulsion thickener. This is primarily for expired film. If you have a fear that it may be fogged because of how old it is, this works wonders. All right, we gotta get moving here, guys. All right, let's do some developing, man. I'm gonna be using the Lomo UPB 1A. All right, so we got our stopwatch set for our timer. And for our remjet remover, we're gonna do really quick. Add in our developer. Three, two, one. Get the developer in. This is going to be agitated for 1 minute, then we let it rest for half a minute. This is where we're going to agitate it for 10 seconds. We want to do the agitation to the full 10 seconds. Alright guys, so we're getting pretty close here. Two, one. For the fixer, do 1 minute full agitation. We're gonna do a 15-second agitation every minute. From this fixer, I'm running at about 5 minutes for the fix. So let's let this sit to get rid of that fix. So while letting it sit right now to clear out the fixer, so what's left is to just clean it. I'm gonna add some photo flow at the very end before I give it the final cleaning. I'm gonna do it like 2 or 3 times, make sure that all the remjet is off that I can get. I'll take that out and get as much moisture as I can off of it, and then put it up on the rack. Dry it off on the glossy side. And that way you don't damage the film. This particular formulation that I'm using is about 3 minutes. And I'm doing 200 grams of soda wash, 30 grams of vitamin C powder, 80 grams of coffee. Is at 1,200 milliliters, not 1,000 milliliters, 1,200. This is a high contrast Caffenol solution. Yeah, I think we might be set. One last rinse, and then let's take a look, see what kind of pictures we got. Some people complain about the smell of Caffenol. I don't think it smells as bad as the fix does. The fix smells horrible. Let's see. See what's up with this guy. Sweet. So, we're all set with that. Let's get back to the studio, yeah? Right on, guys. So, not too hard to develop with Caffenol. All you gotta do is really just dial it in for yourself. Everybody's water's a little bit different. You can use distilled water instead of your regular tap water, but tap water works. I've been using tap water, and you do have to kind of dial it in. Definitely a way to save a few bucks if you really need to. It also, I think, is a really good way to develop your film in an eco-friendly manner. That's huge, I think. The less impact we make on this earth, the better. In my opinion. So, thank you so much for joining me today. That is going to be my show for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you dig shows like these, go and hit that like button. If you'd like to see some more shows like this, go and hit that subscribe button. But for now, happy shooting. Take care.